start to take it apart so I can get access to the motor and the wiring to the controller. I'll also try to find out all the components who are used by the control system for the controller and the motor. So I will start removing some racks here so I can reach the motor, and I also will take this seating apart and probably also try to get access to the dashboard in a better way. Yes, I will move all the electric who is belonging to the controller and motor, and I will remove these angles here, cut this away, and I will make room for the BMW E3 battery modules. And I also will put the controller in here, and this is the main relay and also for the relay for the charger, but I will use the main relay, but I will not use it for the charger. In the rear you can see the motor, and it's I think this one is okay because it's no missed sounds or anything, but I will remove it and clean it and also check the brushes, because I do think it's the brush motor. I must check the brand. Yeah, I need to remove this mat here, so you can see you have the wiring underneath. There was some plates sitting here to protect the wires, and I think the gas pedal is bolted from underneath. I must remove that one also. And you can see here around the steering axle there are some plastics. I'm going to remove that also because I need to get the wiring to the controller. And it's also quite wet and dirty underneath here, so I think I must remove it and clean everything up, and so it dries up. And here you can see the wiring, original wiring. I must see if I can find some kind of wire diagram for the auxiliary elctrics. I'm removing the controller, and I took a photo so I can see where the wires were. I found a wiring diagram for the controller, so I don't think it's any problem to reconnect everything, but I will try to remove the harness and try to keep it as complete as possible, because I want to move the controller inside of the battery bay here, and because the BMW modules are so much smaller than the LED ones. Attached to this plate here, to this contact. Hope this one works. This one I maybe can use for the inside. And I also have this plastic cover, so it's maybe reusable. I think I can put that back down there. Yes, now I've flipped the Melex to the side, and the weight is on the other side, so it can't flip back to me. I'm removing the gas pedal and the wiring harness for that one. I also flip it because it's much easier to access all this wiring. So this is, I think this is going to the motor, and one of them is for the charger to the main relay here. So I will remove this and make a setup on my bench. Yeah, yes pedal. Now I got the high voltage wire loom here, and it's going through there, and this is the control cables from the controller, and it's coming out there. So I'm gonna push it through there, and then I think I will remove the motor. So this is the high voltage wiring, and you can see the connections to the motor here. I think this is a temperature sensor, and it's connected to the control wiring loom. Yeah, I removed the minus cable and one of these field orientation wires here. Also, this must be the speed sensor sitting on the end of the shaft for the motor. Yeah, high voltage wire loom. Now I managed to unconnect all the wiring belonging to the controller, and it was a lot of relays and stuff. I don't think I will use all of this, but I will try to get it out in one piece anyway. And here you can see all the relays and stuff that belong to the auxiliary electrics. But same there, I don't think I will use all of that. I will put on a light, and I don't need flash turning signals and all that stuff. So I think I will do some heavy cutting here later on. Yeah, this is the wire loom for the controller. That's a lot of wires. Well, I cut these L-beams away when I'm underneath, because they're welded to the chassis here, and I will, yeah, going to be quite tight there, but I try to cut it, and I also cut here to this plate, and then I will weld and make another box for the BMW modules. I rip all the wiring out. So much wires, I don't know what this is. I think it's a lot of, if you have a combustion engine in these. I found a DC-DC converter here, a Semcon 48 to 12 DC. That was perfect. That was the one sitting here. It says do not cover, so that was a DC-DC. So that was another good thing. But I will, as I said, rip this out, because I will not use all these electrics. I fixed the headlights and tail lights and brake lights, and then it's okay. And I will also put some extra lights on, but that's, I don't need this, so I will pour it out. I've been cleaning the motor a bit, and then here you can see the brand. It's Advanced Motors and Drives, and it's a 48 volt motor. I'm planning to remove it out of the car, but as you can see here, I think I must remove the shock absorber. I don't think that I can pass it there. And here you can see the wire looms. This is the high volt, and there we have the low volt for the controller. And here you can see all the goodies I salvaged. This is a DC-DC Sevcon, 300 watts, 13.5 volts. This is the high voltage relay, and it's 48 volt DC continuous. I'm not sure if it's 48 volt on the actuator, but I must check that. And here they have the gas pedal, and there's some kind of fuse. And this, I found this relay also. It's 12 volt, 120 amps. It's quite big one, but it was not connected, so I don't know what it was used for. Yeah, I will try to remove the shock absorber and see if I can get the motor out of it, and then I will try to. I think I will cut these wire protections off because I don't need it, and then I can trace the cables. I think I can use some of these relays. This is for the main switch, and that one is on and off. I checked it with the key switch. And here, yeah. Well, I tried to remove the motor. Yeah, I'm trying to remove the motor. Okay, there it is. It's a spline here. I read about that. Also some kind of. Yeah, I'm gonna check the brushes. Well, it seems to be quite fresh. Not even used, I think. Well, I just clean it and then I try to see if I can run it. Yeah, I try to push the coals, the brushes out, and they were a bit stuck, so I think I will try to remove them, and so I can make them run smooth. But as you can see, there are quite a lot of them. I don't have to change them, only make them run a bit smoother, because they're stuck. As you can see, they are a bit stuck. Well, there it came. You see they're a bit eroded. Well, I'm gonna work through all of them and make them run smooth. Well, now clean the motor and check the brushes, and now I'm quite confident that this motor is okay. I will start to rip these wire looms apart because they are quite long, and I don't need them that long because I will put the controller into the battery bay. Well, now I tore this apart, and I have this wire loom, and I can see the color of the wires, and I have this Melex connector that fits the controller, and this small one. And this was 1B, that's set on the B+, so this must be 48 volts connecting to the at the dashboard. And I know this is the gas pedal, and I also have this is the key switch. So I will go and find myself a wiring diagram of the controller, and then I will clean this, so I will only use what I need. I found a pinout on this Melex connector, and I also found this wiring diagram. So now I am cutting and finding out about this wire loom, and it's quite easy. So I've thrown a lot of wires away here, but I think I got this under control. Now I've welded this angle in the behind. I've done some cleaning and some painting, and I cut this 5-bar plate. Yeah, like that, so I can put the batteries, just put them on top here. Now I will just drill some holes and bolt that one in place, and then I will fit the controller in the rear. Yeah, I put that one in place, and I also will reuse the plate where the controller was sitting on. So I drilled some holes here also. Why doesn't it fit? Yeah, sit like that, and I also have the relay who I will put here, so I get short ways as possible for the wire looms. And I will start to put one battery module here, because the spacing here was 60 and the 600 millimeters, and the width of the BMV modules was 310, so it doesn't fit. But I have another option I will go to later. But I will put the controller here, but I think I will start to put the motor in, because otherwise it's going to be a bit tight. So I will put the motor in, and then I will cut the wires so it will fit. Yeah, I got the motor in, and I also got the relay in place, and this is the fuse, and it's 200 amps, and this is on the plus side, and here I also will take the power to the key switch. The control voltage is 48 volts, so it will need 48 volts for every switch and control. So I will get this one to the switch, key switch, and then I can power all the controls, like forward and backwards and all of that. Now I just push the controller in place, and I will start to wire up the motor. And I got this wiring diagram, as you can see here. So I will do this part, And as you can see here, you have the battery and the access point for the 48 volt. You have a fuse here. I chose to put my wire for the controller afterwards, the main fuse, so I get in second security. And now I'll just follow this wire diagram here. I go from the main relay to the motor with the plus, and then to the controller. So it's very easy actually. You just follow the wiring diagram and you try to figure out where on the motor. But I got a picture on that one before I took it apart, so I know where the A1 is. So I will just take the wires and make them the right length and assemble this. Well, now down the high voltage wiring, and as you can see, I managed to shorten the wires a lot if you compare to the originals I have on the floor here. So this is very good. This is performance. And here you can see in the rear where the motor is. I also fitted the shock absorber, and now we'll start to wire up the low voltage. It's not no low voltage, but it's for the controller. Yeah, I connected the Melex, and this doesn't look like that funny, but this is key switch, and it's just to check the wire diagram, and just follow it, each one, and then it's not that hard. Yes, now I'm done the wiring for the controller. I got the main relay connected, and also the pedal, gas pedal, and the safety switch on the pedal. But I'm not sure about this one, the safety switch, because it doesn't break. It's on all the time, so I don't know if it's broken in the pedal or if it should be like that. The wires I got here now is oh, this one is broken. This is forward and reverse, and this is the main 48 plus going to the key switch, and this is the key switch return. So this is what's power up the controller and the main relay, and also for the safety switch. So what I will do now, I will try to get this into a shield and get it up to the steering column, so I can connect the switch. Got it here, and also the lever here for the rear and forward, reverse and forward. Yeah. See here, I didn't manage to get these forward and rear reverse switch to work. It was too eroded, so I got some spray in there and see if it's getting working later on maybe. So I've found another switch that I installed. So now I have forward and reverse, and I also done all the wiring in the rear here. I connected these cables so I can be able to hook up my e-bike battery. This one is 54 volts. So I will connect that one and see if this is spinning. I also lifted the rear and these pallets. Some pieces of it's in the air, the rear axle. So I will try to get this one started, or this spinning. This is a small pre-charge cable first. Well, it doesn't matter because I don't have any. Yeah, battery connected, and yeah, let's turn on the switch. I must take a second here what I'm talking about. Yeah, now nothing happens. Okay. Well, I got a fuse here. Maybe that one is broken. Nothing. Okay. Brown wire there. Connected to the switch. Well, it must be the fuse. Oh, it was not connected. Oh, maybe. No, nothing. Nothing. Well, then it can be this foot switch. I'm not sure if it's working or not. Brown wire. Going up there. Well, I removed the connections to the coil, and now at least the controller is sending me signals. 5 fast ones and then 2 slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So I will check what that means. Well, you saw me struggling. I couldn't start the motor. And I figured out that that little electric bike battery pack had too small BMS, so it just shut down. So I wired up BMW E3 battery module, and this is for I'm gonna connect it in parallel with a solar system here. But this is at least 80 amps and peak 250 amps BMS. So this works better. And then a good tip, read the manual. Because I couldn't start the main relay. But if you want to start the main relay according to the manual, you must turn the kick switch and put the direction you want to go forward, you say, like that. And then you press the pedal. And works. I had some issues, and that was a bit poor contact in the motor, so I used this electrical spray, and I also had to put on the motor speed sensor. So I put that one on, and then I also could connect these fast speed and low speed connector. So I got that option also. So now it works. Everything was fine. I used this contact spray also on all these contacts here because it was quite eroded. And now it works, backwards and forwards. I tried to connect the switches here on the steering column, but these are also eroded. I can't get it working, so I have to take the steering wheel off and try to fix it. But so far so good. So now it works. Okay, short summary. I removed all the racks for the flatbed. I removed the seating, safety belts and all that. I took the mat inside off. I took some plates off. I removed all the electrics, everything, and it's the leftovers is here. So it's many kilos with electronics. The controller was situated here, and I put it inside the area bay because I am using these BMW E3 battery modules. This is not the one I will be using. I will put in 2 here, but I don't have the correct BMS. So I will get that from AliExpress, and then I will fit them to the modules, and then I will stack 2 on top of each other here. It's almost, it works. I put the main relay here, moved it from, it was sitting in on the fender there. I removed the motor and I cleaned up the brushes and I put it back. Yes, that was all for this episode. I'm quite happy that the motor was working and also the controller. I hope I see you in the next episode coming soon, and hope you stay safe, enjoy it, and bye bye.